That's right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Said YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. If you're feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description is in the chat. Click it. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Said YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. Get over there, check out the catalog, get you something nice, get a discount, shop and save and shop. That's right, family. Pull the fire alarm, GeneralSeti.com, SETI University. We're talking about over 2,000 videos, over 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General. Plus, we got the Grandmaster teachers, hand-picked documentaries and lectures. There's no other website like it on the planet. If you're a true truth seeker and you ain't flying on a magic carpet and you want the truth, then I want you to get on right on over to GeneralSeti.com, SETI University, and become a member today. It's a must-have. Everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. That's right, family. We got a powerful platform, over 500 exclusive live streams where the General go live every other day. I want you to check me out. Get over there, get that work. We take it up 2-3 notches. You know, say things that we got to say that is too, you know, it might be too raw for YouTube. So we take it on Patreon. That's what you want. That's what you want. I know what you want. So get on over there, become a patron today. All the family out there, donate to the General. I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there like to donate, the link right down in the video description. Do that. Donate. I thank you. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. And I forgot I'm on Rumble too. And the link is down there. Make sure you click it and subscribe today. Is ancient aliens the newest arch enemy of the African origins of civilization? You see, now this weirdo look like he done stuck his finger in the light socket. You see what I'm saying? Look like he done stuck his finger in the light socket. I know where he get his hairdo from. And that's how I know they just, this is a government funded organization. These motherfuckers straight up CIA, to come out here and take our people's mind into another dimension where they discredit their own ancestors from being the authors of civilization all over the planet. And you look up, you look up in the sky, you looking for somebody that's flying on a cloud. You see, yeah, you're looking for somebody that's coming down on a frisbee. You see what I'm saying? That coming down on a frisbee. You're looking up for E.T. Phone home. Yeah, motherfucker, phone home. And get you a ride. Wherever you say that motherfucker, why don't you go with them? Call them motherfuckers up and tell them to come get you. And I wish you, if they take you, the next time a motherfucking alien kidnap you, I hope they keep you. You see what I'm saying? Just don't come back. We don't want to hear that bullshit that y'all talk. And so, yeah, we see all of the, the alien origin, and they try to, and like I say, I want y'all to stay with me because I don't care what frame of thought. You got to know that. I don't give a fuck what frame of thought that they claim. Everybody, I don't give a fuck, got something to say about Egypt. I don't give a fuck what religion. I don't give a fuck what academic background. They got something to say. When ain't nobody saying shit to them. But they got to, you know why? Because in order for what they saying to stand, they got to dismiss the African origins of ancient Egypt, of civilization. They have to do it in order, you know, and the reality is these far-fetched theories is coming out today for the mere fact that the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal cannot claim Egypt for himself. Nobody believe you. Okay, they're not going to believe you. You could, all the forgeries, and we're going to talk about that. All the forgeries that you come up with, all the fake statues and all the, you know, the fake carvings on the wall. You know, you got motherfuckers talking about in the Grand Canyon and all the Egyptian. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You know, nobody told y'all to say no dumb shit like that. It just show you how these motherfuckers drunk on ancient Egypt. You know, because and they got to give it another origin. See, the Bible, the thing is with the Bible is no longer feasible. We too advanced for that shit today. Even though there's truths in there, we done took it out and we've used it against them, you know. And so it was at that time, it's no longer feasible. It can no longer, we could defeat that book, no problem. So now it's time for another, you know, wild out, you know, ideology and this alien shit, which is theosophy. It's occultism. That's all that it is. Theosophy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Alex de Crowley, Madame Blavatsky, wild out, you know, Cro-Magnon Neanderthalic niggas and cavemen and everything else. You see, they're coming up because they cannot claim it for themselves. And anytime they see us as the origins of ancient Egypt, they in trouble. You know, no matter what nobody say. That's the center point. You see, because it's too much that come out of that civilization that is responsible for where we at today. You see, not myth. You know, we talking about from you know, the production of architecture, the mathematics, universities. You see, everything that's necessary for civilization today. That ancient Egypt was the more profound civilization of all times. You see, that people look to, regardless. I don't care. They just, you know, anybody and everybody, they gonna say something about it. And you ain't said shit to them. That's how. And so I don't want nobody to say why they say Egypt. No, you motherfuckers is starting it. That's the problem. They try to put it on us to make it know. And did nobody say shit to you? We didn't even know you existed. Where the fuck did you come from? You know, did nobody say shit to you? You just out of nowhere, you know, talking this shit about some aliens built the pyramids and, you know, and this, that, and the third. And yeah, I understand you believe that Egypt is all. We also have said that time and time again that, you know, if people, I used to teach damn near 20 years ago where Herodotus, and they were saying that Egypt was over 10,000 years old. You see, 11,000, even in, you know, at the time of Herodotus. If you look into that book, it says that, you know, Narmer, the first king of Egypt, started Egypt around damn near 11,000 BC. You see, That's what he said. And so, so when they come up with this Sphinx being, it's been said before. Y'all haven't come with nothing. We've always said that the Cro-Magnon didn't cut the chronology of ancient Egypt. We said that. Y'all ain't saying shit. Y'all spinning it though. And because people have not, maybe they have, but they want to deny the fact that we've already brought that knowledge forward, that they spin it and act like Robert Bauval ain't saying nothing that we ain't already said. Okay, you spinning it. All these Cro-Magnon and they writing books, and knowing more than likely it's gonna be it's gonna be spawned in a way that our community is gonna be the one who gonna buy it. Who gonna buy it? Who gonna buy the books? Who gonna buy the books? If they talking about ancient Egypt, who gonna buy the books? So they know this community is, one of the, it's gonna most definitely be one of the communities that they gear up to try to, advertise that information to. The other one is probably gonna be the occult. And we got to know that you got two Egypts out here. For a lot of people, it's even more than that. You got the African-centered Egypt and you got the occult Egypt. The Atlanteans and I understand some of that, but that's esoterical, but it does not change the reality of his African origins. You see what I'm saying? It does not change the reality of it. And this is where they had the fucking problem. Because if you understood that the African origins of ancient Egypt, then what the fuck is you? You ain't African. You ain't fucking African. What the fuck is you up here talking about? You see? Yeah, let me see. I just hit down and making sure everything. Yeah, Robert Bauval, but not the Playa been there, them there thousands of years before Robert Bauval. You see what I'm saying? Them damn stones been out there forever. You see what I'm saying? He ain't just because you stumble upon it, that don't mean you can explain it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I see some things that I research is, I study the research. If the research is, if it's laid out and it speaks truth, then I'll recognize it. You see, I don't give no Cro-Magnon Neanderthal no credit as being no master teacher of no damn ancient Egypt at all. You know what? Because anybody, see, the thing is, let me explain. Let me explain that. Yeah, let me explain that. That's right. You right. You most definitely right, brother. Nah, this Greek, his name was Solon. I think he was a senator. I don't know whether he was from Athens. He was either a senator from Athens or one of that. But he supposedly went to Egypt, and he was, supposedly he had, he was able to, speak to priests and this, that, and the third. And Solon went to speak in how great Greece was, and and how they had advanced philosophy and all this shit. And you know what the priests in Egypt told Solon? He say, Solon, oh Solon, the Greeks will always be children in the mysteries. You see? Let me say that again. So for all you niggas out there that somehow you find a crow, I take the research. I do that. Believe me, I'm not saying, but you not gonna be a master in shit African. No, sir. No way is that possible. See, that's why we don't have shit today. Because we let other motherfuckers, Eminem and all that, and goddamn Elvis Presley and goddamn Justin Timberlake and see, when you niggas get to promoting cave people in our legacy, see, then you've committed cultural and spiritual suicide. That's what you've done. You see, and I know what the teachers told him. He say the master teachers in ancient Egypt told him. The high priest told Solomon. I see Solomon back there, that crazy looking Neanderthal back there. Solomon, oh Solomon, the Greeks will always be children in the mysteries. Says no thought that you have is old. Say y'all is so wicked that every time you establish any type of civilization, it fall down in 100, 200 years. And y'all be so lowly that we had to come in and lift you up, give you and get you on, the basics. You see what I'm saying? You don't have no civilization that's ancient. You don't have no civilization that's truly old. And so in order to reach the level of the Africans, you have to be passing that information down for 50 generations, 60, 70, 80, 100 generations. You see, to even get to that level. But y'all motherfuckers within 5 or 6 goddamn generations, y'all already crumbling. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got anything. So they know they do not possess the time frame to explain these cultures that they see in Africa. And so they create these mythological tales, was that Aladdin's lamp and all this shit, and and come in and and they say, oh, look at these stones, no technology. You don't know what technology our people had. You see what I'm saying? There is enough. Listen, if it's enough information, or they didn't stole so much. You see what I'm saying? The crazy shit is people don't know all the things that the ancestors of this crazy Neanderthal behind me here, you see, then stole from up out of Egypt. Get the book, The Rape of the Nile by Brian Fagan. And they talk about how, and that's a white man that is actually telling the truth on how they done stole so much. Is unbelievable. He go into when the earliest times, all the explorers that went in. You see what I'm saying? And and those who were the greatest of thieves stole so much. It's almost shocking how much they stole out of ancient Egypt. The British Museum alone possessed. Man, listen, I couldn't even believe it. I didn't even want to believe it. The British Museum alone may possess 50 million artifacts out of ancient Egypt. Or over. It might even be higher than that. The Louvre too. But listen here. I went in there and I saw what was in the British Museum, and they had room. They got about 7 or 8 rooms in there. You see what I'm saying? Full of Egyptian artifacts. And when I looked it up, they said that Belzoni is most definitely he's probably the most prolific thief of ancient Egyptian artifacts than anybody. Belzoni, most definitely. And Flinders Petrie was behind him too. You see what I'm saying? Flinders Petrie, was most definitely a major thief for the British. You see what I'm saying? And so they know good and goddamn well all the shit, how Egypt came to be. Because what our people do, just like today, they have so many models. They put the models in the tombs. They show you models of what they was doing. You see, you can see the brothers cutting the stones. You see what I'm saying? We ain't trying to play no games of what they did. You know what I'm saying? But because our people had mastered the elements of the earth, they knew what type of, if you got access to all type of, precious stones, and you know what I'm saying, and you in Africa, you got shit that don't nobody else have. You know what I'm saying? You got stones that's far harder than granite. You see? And we don't know what type of mechanics that our people had. You see? We don't know what type of mechanics our people have. But listen to me. We have to understand that civilization today has went backwards. We think that what we have today is actually more advanced than what we had in the ancient world. And that's not true. We have digressed in technology. We're not the shit that they had. If you would have seen the world that we know of today, from not just in Egypt, we're talking about all around the world where the megalithic was up and it was pristine and it was everything was standing, it would blow your fucking mind. You would not be able to, yes, you would say this was Atlantis, on that level where, it's just mind boggling. So today's world cannot compare to the ancient world. It cannot. We have digressed. And this is how they fooling us, so if you see the pyramid, you don't believe a motherfucker, if he could build a pyramid, he can't come up with tools and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. That's a part of the process. Our peoples, when you talk about Ptah and you talking about who was the netter of craftsmen, the metal smelt, those who smelt metals, and you know what I'm saying? And in Dr. Ben's book, I believe it was Black Man of the Nile. This was in the New York Times. You see what I'm saying? In the New York Times, where they found in Swaziland iron smelting setup, iron smelting furnace and everything, where they were smelting iron almost 40,000 years ago. I still got the news report in Swaziland. A 40,000-year-old iron smelting setup, workshop. And so so that right there lets you know we were already building tools and weaponry even at 40,000 years ago. We've been dealing with this far longer than what people want to give us credit. See, the thing is, you got to see that these ideologies that they're coming up with are overlapping, but they connected. Even the evolution is connected to the alien shit, because now they want to say the Anunnaki and whatever, but they know that Africa is more ancient. How do I know that? How do we know that? You see, I'm not going to let you say you come from nowhere else and built the pyramid. Bitch, why you didn't build it where you was? Wherever you originate from, that's where you should have built it. You see, you're not going to come to Africa and do your best and don't do it at home. See, and I'm gonna show you this. I don't care where you at on the planet. A motherfucker always keep his jewels, his grandeur for his motherland, his fatherland. You see? And so when you look for the greatest of a people, it's always gonna be in the land of their birth. They not gonna migrate nowhere else and put the greatest of their efforts in a land that don't even belong to them, and don't do it for the land of their birth. When you look at Chinese and you say, what is the greatest monuments of Chinese people? It's in China. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of that might be African, but nevertheless, it don't change the fact that those that were indigenous to that land, that's where they put their greatest work, right there in China. You see, they didn't put it in goddamn Venezuela or goddamn Alaska. No goddamn, it's right there in China. When you talk about the French, you see, and you say, what's the greatest monuments of the French? It's the Eiffel Tower. It's in Paris. You see what I'm saying? It's not in goddamn Australia. It's not in goddamn Zimbabwe. You don't go to no another man's land. Your greatest efforts always gonna be in the land of your birth. That's where your greatest efforts gonna be. You gonna always do that. So you're not gonna come into Africa and say you built a pyramid, but you can't show me a pyramid from where you come from and show me the development stages. Because when we looking at this, we looking at hundreds of thousands of years of you got to show me something. You got to show me something. This is fucking 40-story building. Motherfucker, show me a 2-story building. Show me a 3-story, a 4-story, a 5. Show me how you moved up in stories till you could get. You ain't just you don't show me shit and then kaboom, motherfucker, you the author of a 40-story pyramid over 2 million blocks. That's bullshit. You didn't have nothing to do with this. African people put them pyramids there. And everybody, I don't give a fuck who it is. The whole planet. Nobody, Egypt everybody got something to say. We didn't tell nobody to say these things. Ancient Aliens' whole platform is on goddamn Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, motherfucker talking about Egypt as they spin it the way they want to spin it. Because you're gonna have to explain this. You're going to have to explain, and you do not want to give African people credit. So the ancient aliens and the evolution is linked. It's linked. You know why they need the evolution? Because they understand when you break down the dynamics of the culture. Just like I show you Amen, and I told you about Amen, and he got the Ethiopian ostrich feather plumes on his crown. You see, the Ethiopian, so it's intricate things like that give you a geographical location of where the deity is come from. You see, it's certain things that you study the zoo types, you study, regalia. And so we understand that Amen come up out of, the ancient. So if he came from anywhere else, then it should be a zoo type from where you come from. We don't see that. It's indigenous African. And so because, it is connected to Africa, and you understand that, you cannot claim the origin of it, then you're going to have to spin it. Yeah, well, it's evolution, and yes, this is an older continent. Yes. And believe me, if they didn't have to do that, they wouldn't do it. They're not giving nobody no credit. How do they know? We didn't make, yes, we said it ourselves, but They the ones that brought this shit to the world, on an escalated level. Yes, we understood who we were. We understood we established civilization, but they, Neanderthal, give a motherfucker credit unless it was damn near undeniable. And so even though he knows he spins it. You see, if I see a motherfucker that got one sentence, now when you look at Egypt is a 1,000-volume encyclopedia. Okay, Egypt is a 1,000-volume encyclopedia, and the rest of these civilizations is damn near a sentence on a piece of paper. So we know what it would take to compile the knowledge of 1,000 volumes in an encyclopedia versus a goddamn sentence on the paper. So why am I saying that? How do we know Egypt is older? Because we know good goddamn well we know how knowledge evolve. Goddamn it, we see how we develop in our own motherfucking life. It take time. If you studying some shit, it take time to study and come into, and sometimes you have to step away and come back. And sometimes it may take you years to develop your craft. If you've been studying goddamn a long time, where I was damn near, I'm far beyond that. You see, but it take time. That's what knowledge is, time. You see? So if I see a damn pyramid in the goddamn, not in more than one. Okay, we ain't on no one damn pyramid. A lot of people, somehow they think, oh, we just look at this, and that's all they show is this one damn pyramid. It's hundreds of pyramids in the Nile Valley. You see, so this was a consistency thing. This was over 3,000 years consistency. You see? Yes, they older. It will require a much older, advanced civilization to be able, because it never was done at no other time on the goddamn planet. No other civilization lasted where you could say, damn, I mean, I'm going through the goddamn land. You got megalithic structures for each pharaoh, and they got more than one goddamn temple. And each pharaoh got something. We ain't looking in where we can't find. Bitch, shut up. You ain't never had it. You know why we can't find it? You never had it. So when you talking about consistency, yes, that's why we know it's older. That's why. Goddamn. I mean, that's how it takes time to develop knowledge on that level. So that speaks for itself. So we're not going to let nobody fool us. We're not going to let nobody fool us. And that's where they brought the evolution in, because they saying, nigga, you ain't been here that long, evolved. I mean, developing knowledge. Y'all was monkeys. Y'all niggas was monkeys. You know what I'm saying? And in doing that, if you ain't allotting the necessary time to develop the knowledge, then that leaves a void, because people gonna ask. You see what I'm saying? Well, how was they able to do it? And they just, they was monkeys, and and that's where the Anunnaki latch on to the evolutionaries, and they say, well, damn, where the aliens came from outer space and zapped the monkey with a laser beam, and he turned into a nigga. You see what I'm saying? And they enslaved the nigga and told the nigga to carry the stones. You see, that's what they saying. And that's what they saying. They enslaved, and it goes from the curse of Canaan to the curse of Anunnaki and shit. It's the same story, but they done flipped it. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what they done did. They done flipped it. You see, now the Anunnaki done cursed us and forced us. They say that, that they was just workers and shit, and the things that was built for the Anunnaki, not African people. It was built for the Anunnaki, and they infused a little bit of their DNA in us but just enough that we could take orders and shit. You know what I'm saying? And listen. And man, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here with this bullshit, you see, you bullshit. And this is another attack on the African origins of civilization. We're not gonna stand for it. We're gonna expose these witches and warlocks, like ancient aliens. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know that guy right there, I don't know what his name is, but the hairstyle that he got up there, he got from Gerald Gardner, who is the founder of modern Wiccan or witchcraft. His name is Gerald Gardner. And you see him with that damn hair just like that. And Gerald Gardner was a follower of Aleister Crowley and all this AWAS and shit and that Aleister Crowley was talking about. That's exactly what it is. We know you can't run from me. You can't run from me. Motherfuckers think they can run from me, but they can't run from me. I know you. Okay, and so I'm just letting you know. So you can go on and cook up and get your cauldron out and put all your little spells together. I got something for your ass too. I got a little voodoo doll with your face on it, motherfucker. And I'm gonna be sticking that motherfucker like a motherfucker. I'm gonna be sticking the shit out of it. You see? And so, family, this is General Sarah Sunseti. I'm black again. I'm coming right back. I want y'all to stay with me, family. We got some more fire. Arm yourself with knowledge. Hit some of them links down there. Support the general. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.